Well, hello there. You look like a pretty cool individual, but you know what would make you a lot cooler? A pair of Vortex binos. You want a pair? I'll make it easy for you. We'll do a giveaway. If you like, comment, and subscribe on this video and all of our other videos, we're gonna give a pair away. So all you gotta do is be subscribed, like and comment on the videos, and you're entered to win. We'll be giving away a pair of Vortex binoculars soon, and hopefully you're the winner. Good luck, guys. How to kill your target buck in September. Congratulations, guys. Early season is here in your state. That's why you clicked this video most likely. Maybe you're not the October 1 opener. You got a buck on camera maybe in late August and early into September, and you're like, how do I kill this buck? We're gonna go over that today. But before we do, housekeeping notes. We're booking clients right now for the upcoming off season. We're gonna book up. Take my word for it. I'm not blowing smoke up your rear ends, guys. So we're gonna book up. So get a hold of us sooner than later. whitetaillandmanagementservices.com. Hit the contact tab. Send me an email. Let's get you on the books. Learn about how to plant the right food plots on your property. What food plots to plant. How to make money on your property. What timber you should cut, if any. Don't lose money by doing that on your own, guys. It drives me nuts. It might cost money to bring us in, but there's a lot of money on some of your properties to be made, and it's insane. All these other things. Let's pull bucks off your neighbor's property. 2, eurooptic.com. Head over there, code WLMSVTX10. I believe that's the code. Double check in the description if it doesn't work. And code WLM20 at vortexoptics.com for the sweet apparel. So, with that being said, how do we kill these bucks in September? So all of you guys are getting pretty pumped up. Maybe you do or don't have a buck on camera. You want to get it done early season. And guess what? You're ahead of the ball game because most guys are sitting on the fringes, waiting until late October and November. We can get it done easily. You want to talk about using the element of surprise to kill a deer? What better tactic is there than to give him a 9-month break and then come in, show up one day and get it done? This is how we do it. So there's a lot of different situations here for the guys who are in Kentucky or some of these early opener states. Boys, you got it easy. Boys and girls, you got it easy because these deer are most likely still on a summer pattern. Find the soybeans. If you can throw a corn pile down, throw a corn pile down. Watch them all summer. No offense, but if you can't get those deer killed that have been there all summer, you're screwing something up. Play the wind. Be smart. This is a no-brainer for those states to have the early opener. One of those things that you should be paying attention to in those states, and even your September 15th, let's call it the Wisconsin opener, the Missouri opener, and even you October openers, the Illinois and the Michigan openers. If there's one piece of sign that I'm really going to pay attention to, and there's a lot, don't get me wrong, I'd like to go in there and find the buck beds. We'll get into that. Maybe talk about the bump and dump theory and if you should be doing that, you know. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for the guys who have the early opener. I don't even think you need it. Find the destination food, watch the fields, toss a corn pile down in the transition area, make a pattern, understand that pattern, know when you got to be, where you got to be on what wind. Figure out what direction he's coming from. Simple concepts. But anyway, the one thing that I love to pay attention to in all of these scenarios is scrapes, okay? So I'm not a scrape hunter. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but looking for scrapes and more importantly, looking for those tiny little licking branches because most likely these deer are not pawing at the ground right now like you see in late October, November. Some of you are thinking, Brett, look for scrapes. The scrapes don't pop up till late October, November, but the licking branches are there. And if you look at some of those trees that have leaves on them during the September time frame, some of those don't have leaves at the end. Why is that? Is because they're licking branches. Those are the places that are going to be scrapes come late October. So pick up on those now because if the leaves are gone, there's deer hitting it. And so use that to make sense as to where these deer are moving. If you can find that on top of a rub line and it's going to lead you back, you want to talk about finding the buck sign and following it back to the bedding area. That's how you figure out what's going on in your piece of timber. If there's acorns in between, well, we just added another piece of the puzzle that would be drawing deer from point A to point B, maybe to point C out to the destination field. Look for those things. If there was one thing that is super important to me, you know, let's say I'm going to the big woods or I got 40 acres, regardless, you got to find the buck sign. So best case scenario, you find those licking branches. Number 2, you find those rub lines. Pay attention to those rub lines. Okay, don't just look and say, hey, there's a rub there. Are the rubs super condensed within a tight 15, 20 yard area? To me, that means that buck very well could be bedding right in that area. When there is a condensed amount of sign, sometimes in 4 to 5, 6 feet, Some of you don't know what a buck bed looks like. Chances are you start getting on the ground and looking, you're gonna find hair in the ground, you might find the beds. Start looking for that stuff. If you're just seeing occasional rubs here and there, pay attention to the side of the tree in which they're on. What does that mean? It means that they're most likely coming from that direction, especially if you're seeing it on a consistent basis. Is it a double-sided rub? What does a double-sided rub mean? Normally, when I'm doing my public land scouting, when I start seeing double-sided rubs, I'm getting close. I'm getting close to the bedding, or I'm getting close to the destination food source, because what's happening when there's double-sided rubs is these bucks are coming and going. Okay, so when I start seeing the double-sided rubs, those trails are at the entrance and exit point. Dang good places to run trail cameras and all these other things and really just start hunting. So worst case scenario, I wouldn't recommend this for your early September opener, but if you're the October 1 opener, the September 15th give or take opener, just get your butt out there. And if you don't have anything going, you don't have a bean field buck that you've been watching, you don't have a food plot buck, you don't have anything on trail camera, get your butt out there and walk until you find them. Seriously. Early September, if you find fresh rubs, you're in it. It's fresh. The velvet dropped a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, maybe days ago. Get your butt out there, find those rubs, follow them back to the bed, push the deer out of his bed. It's early season, not a lot of guys have been in the woods. The deer aren't overly pressured, so if you're the first guy to bump that deer, unless that deer is just getting bumped every day for some odd reason, early season before the season ever started, not likely, you're gonna be the first one to bump him. And that means he's gonna be a little bit freaked out, but not as freaked out as if it was the 5th time. So what does that mean? It means you might come in there the next night and kill him. It means you might come in there 2 nights later and kill him, or 3 nights. It's very likely, very likely. If there was a time of the year in which using the bump and dump method is the most effective on ground, especially that's gonna get pressured anyway, go in there and blow it up. You be the guy to blow it up. Don't wait for somebody else to do it, and then hunt accordingly. Figure out which way that deer is going to go, put the wind in your favor so that you can get him either coming back to his bed. Yes, hunt in the morning when he comes back to his bed, early season, you can do that. You're not one of the TV hosts who necessarily says not to hunt early season mornings. You can do it. I mean, it can be done. But otherwise, pay attention, get in that transition area where he's headed out to that food, or headed out to the acorns before the food, or that micro plot you planted before the destination food source. Get out there and find it. But first you got to find the bucks. And guess how you find the bucks, guys? Stupid, but true. You go find the bucks. If you figure out where he was bedding that day, then you figured it out. You got that in your memory bank for future years, for future bucks. And guess what? He might move 100 yards. And then eventually you can figure out where that bed is and figure them out. So it's only going to help you in future years. If I had to tell somebody how to kill a September buck, those are some of the tips that I would definitely give the guys. So that being said, you like these videos, you like these quick tips, like, comment, subscribe. Always doing giveaways. And if you want to win and giveaway, bows, tree stands, anything like that, that's what you need to do. You need to be subscribed, liking, and commenting. See you next video.